Hi everyone. We want to show you a 2-week trip to Australia to the Great Barrier Reef. Australia is definitely seen as an exotic destination for us. We made a car lap Brisbane, Bundaberg, Hervey Bay, Sunshine Coast, Brisbane. With local flight to the nearest island of Great Barrier Reef, Lady Elliot Island. It was an unforgettable trip visiting nature reserves with kangaroos, koalas, parrots and exotic birds and animals. The Great Barrier Reef with its beautiful underwater world of corals, fish and sea creatures was especially memorable. Enjoy watching the video. Join us. Let's go. We started our 2 weeks trip in Australia from Brisbane. The flight from Toronto to Brisbane with a transfer in Vancouver took almost a whole day. The time difference is more than 14 hours. Therefore, we decided to stay in Brisbane for 3 days to adapt and get acquainted with the country, people and nature.
Everything over there. So food, fast food, everything, okay? But this is George Street. This is your hotel. The hotel. This one. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing.
We stayed for 3 nights in an inexpensive, cozy hotel in the city center, George Williams Hotel. This is a beautiful modern city with an international airport closest to the Great Barrier Reef. Brisbane, capital of Queensland, is a large city on the Brisbane River. It is the most populous city of Queensland and the 3rd most populous city in Australia and Oceania, with a population of approximately 2.6 million. Streets Beach is a South Bank icon and a must-visit while you're exploring the South Bank parklands. South Bank is a cultural, social, educational and recreational precinct in Brisbane. Clustered in its South Bank Cultural Precinct are the Queensland Museum and Science Centre, with noted interactive exhibitions. There are always a lot of people on the city streets, especially on weekends.
Don't clap yet. This is not juggling. This is a unique style.
You can see many street shows that spectators watch with curiosity. It is difficult to distinguish tourists from locals. Everyone is smiling and friendly. There are many cafes and restaurants on the streets of the city where you can always go for a cup of coffee. Ibis birds can be seen everywhere in the city. Locals don't pay attention to them, but for us they are exotic birds. On the streets you can see various public events with drums and music.
Freedom of speech is Julian Assange.
The Riverside City Botanic Gardens are Brisbane's original botanic gardens. Attractions at the gardens include the Bamboo Grove, Weeping Fig Avenue, River Stage, ornamental ponds, and more. We were pleased with the huge collection of tropical plants and flowers, exotic birds and animals, especially parrots and flying foxes. Brisbane River Cruise with entry to Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary is an amazing tour for half a day. It is a round-trip cruise, included general admission into Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary. Food and drinks are available to purchase.
12, 15? Mid-age.
So they don't get a lot of nutrition from these leaves, so they're going to eat a lot.
Do you love koalas and kangaroos? We loved our day when we visited Lone Pine. We take a picture with a koala and to also hold a koala. We bought a few bags to feed the kangaroos, which was absolutely surreal for me. After seeing all these native animals on TV for all my life and being able to get up close and being able to touch and feed them was honestly a brilliant experience.
Cool.
Nobody swims in the Brisbane River. The water is very cloudy due to the daily ebb and flow of water from the ocean. Locals told us that sharks constantly swim into the river and it is not safe to swim there.
So relaxed here. Like I know it looks busy, but still. Okay, I remember this. Yeah.
The Brisbane Botanic Gardens Mount Coot-tha are recognized as Queensland's premier subtropical botanic gardens. An oasis for wildlife, the gardens feature 52 hectares of plants from Australia and all around the world. Entry to the gardens is free. Access to the gardens, via pedestrian entrances, remains open to the public 365 days per year.
Дерево гигант. Кажется таким маленьким-маленьким.
Wonderful large park to stroll. Beautiful flowers and species of trees that we'd never seen. The Japanese garden is especially exquisite, and there is a diverse range of plants and environments across the hectares, including the arid plants, fernhouse, rainforests, and the tropical dome.
Всем привет! Мы едем в Австралии по золотому побережью, по ихнему местному хайвею. Машину рентанули, такая маленькая, орет, как не знаю кто, но кондиционер работает.
After 3 days in Brisbane, we rented a car and went on a trip to the Great Barrier Reef, get to know the flora and fauna of Australia better. We headed to the regional town of Bundaberg, from where there will be a flight to the Great Barrier Reef. The distance was about 400 kilometers. The total travel time with a stop for lunch is about 6 hours. Bundaberg is an Australian city on Queensland's coast. It's known for Bundaberg rum, and the Bundaberg distillery offers museum tours and tastings. The city turned out to be fabulously beautiful, but not very crowded at all. We stayed at the hotel for 3 days with the goal of flying lightly to Great Barrier Reef.
Всем привет! Мы с Григоричем в баре, в городе называется Bundaberg.
Сняли бар полностью, только нас двое.
The next day we headed to the local airport for our flight to Lady Elliot Island.
Григоричем в аэропорту. Ждем нашего самолетика на острова.
Ну вот мы дождались. Едем на барьерный риф на самолете.
The flight to the island takes about 30 minutes. The plane landed right on the field. Lady Elliot Island is the southernmost coral cay of the Great Barrier Reef. The island lies 46 nautical miles northeast of Bundaberg and covers an area of approximately 45 hectares. We were greeted by the cries of numerous birds living on the island. This is a real bird paradise. Unfrightened birds are not inferior to humans anywhere. We stayed for 2 days at an eco-resort. Meals, equipment, snorkeling excursions were included in the package. This is an entirely coral island, part of the Great Barrier Reef. At low tides, you can observe the life of corals and marine life at shallow depths near the shore. We were taken snorkeling on a glass-bottom boat. It was an unforgettable journey. Fancy multicolored corals and numerous fish surrounded on all sides. We saw huge sea turtles laying eggs on this island. We saw sharks playing near the shore. Colorful sunrises and sunsets. Pristine sandy beaches and coral shores. Everything here created the illusion of a beautiful fairy tale.
Птичка.
Upon returning from the island, we went to a wild sandy beach 30 minutes by car from Bundaberg. The road was interesting along the highway. Various colorful landscapes with red earth and green hills. The only thing we had to get used to was driving on the left side. Elliot Heads Beach is popular with jet skiers and kite surfers as well as local fishermen. Head up the river a little bit to find your own beach paradise, but be careful of high tides. It was windy on the beach and rolling clouds obscured the sky. Therefore, it was not crowded and there were only kite surfers and dog lovers. The view from the drone is very beautiful and mesmerizing. Next we went to the Hervey Bay town. It's an hour and a half away by car. Hervey Bay, a coastal city in southern Queensland, is widely known as a site for observing humpback whales and dolphins. Whale watching boats trips operate during the July to November in the migration season, but in February we coiled find many dolphins in Blue Dolphin Marine Tour. I will show you this exciting trip on a catamaran chasing dolphins and swimming near exotic islands in a separate video. There is a huge sandy beach with calm waters for safe swimming. Many walking routes with exotic nature allow you to take a break from noisy cities. We stayed here for 3 days in a private villa. It is almost on the ocean. The days flew by completely unnoticed. Hervey Bay is also a hub for tours to nearby Fraser Island, which has beaches and features a rainforest habitat for dingoes and other wildlife. A waterfront esplanade links the city's marina with beaches offering calm waters for swimming.
Одна сторона черная, другая белая.
You took your sweet time, sister, knocking on my door. Every good thing in life is worth waiting for. If I know you way back then, I might let you go. I'll never see you again. Took your sweet time, baby, you did.
Hervey Bay is a cozy, quiet town for tourists seeking peace and relax. The next destination was Sunshine Coast. It's 2 hours away by car. We stayed at the Grand Pula Beachside Resort for 3 days. This is a convenient location across the road from the famous Alexandra Headland Beach with beautiful gold sand. The Sunshine Coast encompasses beach resorts, surf spots, and rural hinterland in southern Queensland. This is a place for those who love sports and an active lifestyle. The huge waves on the ocean are a paradise for surfers and water sports lovers. You can see everyone in the water, from small children to respectable old people. There are a lot of young people, music, and noise. There is a surf club here, where you can learn different sports in groups under the guidance of professional trainers. Amazing place. Must to visit in Australia. At the end of the trip, we had a 1.5 hour road to Brisbane and finally a 24-hour flight home with great impressions of Australia, a huge amount of video footage from different cameras and a drone. Of course, in 2 weeks we were able to see only a small part of the huge new continent. But now there is a great desire to return and plunge into the exotic world of this country. Please subscribe to our channel and enjoy watching the video. We have visited many countries and can share our routes, impressions, information about hotels, prices, and give an honest review. Happy travels!